Kirby. That's the name you should know. Kirby.
I like Kirby.
It's the star of the show.
Dude, that show was awesome, actually. Dude, my favorite episode is the one where Kirby got fat and he had to exercise. That was my favorite.
Oh, Kirby.
I'm excited for that.
Oh,
new
you know
game,
what?
bro.
Kirby sucks.
Hey!
Whoa, okay.
You
Hot
never
take.
used-
No, literally, he like sucks. The end.
He does not
Yeah.
suck.
Yeah.
He does not suck. Hey, y'all boys got room for one more, right?
Hey, let's do it.
Let's do it.
Let's go.
Yo, Roxx. All right. Oh, wait, I gotta do an introduction. Welcome, everyone, to podcast episode 15. We got the beautiful Dag over here. We got Key of Time 15, Linkachu, Night Sky. I am yours truly, N10 here. Hey. And we got Mr. Roxx here paying us a visit. Hey, Roxx, good to have you on the show. Yeah, I'm curious, how is that grind going? We're all tubers here, right? So how's that grind going? How are you feeling?
Well, I'm the one who grinds the least, so.
What you mean?
I
I haven't
don't
seen
know
you
why
out
you
here.
asked
No,
me.
that was Aiden up until a day ago, honestly.
Hey, no.
Bro,
Hey,
honestly.
a lot of us. Oh, I'm right now. It's me. I'm
Don't
the one
act
who's not
surprised.
being
It's
taken.
true.
No, he's. Well,
Then he
he's-
comes around,
no, he-
drops a
no,
reaction
Aiden
video,
just had
and he leaves again.
Aiden just had a stream where he got a bunch of subs.
True, that's true.
Yeah.
Oh
That's
yeah,
true.
you got that right.
I'll give you credit that. Yeah, he got rated by Bald Gamer. Literally, was farming good ones and low W's the entire time on YouTube. I was honestly a pretty fun time.
Yeah, I mean that's definitely how I'd put it. Yep. Exact wording too. You know.
Nice. That's true. I mean, it's just because, obviously, everyone, at least in this call or in this episode, we've been doing one thing or another to, pump out content because, I mean, we all can agree. There are points in our YouTube journeys where we're just like, man, I don't want to make shit. But then, something hit, bites us, it could be the content bug, bite us in the neck. And all of a sudden, we're all just like, let's just do it. Let's just pump out whatever we got. And we've been doing that for a bit now. It's really cool.
Yeah,
Yeah,
shout
no,
out to
I
the time
did-
everyone uploaded on the same fucking day.
Yeah.
Yeah. Everybody.
That was crazy.
Everybody live streamed and uploaded. That was a good day.
Mhm.
Completely
Wait, did y'all really-
uncoordinated. by the
Wait,
way.
when was that? When did y'all do that?
That was a while
Uh,
2 weeks ago, was it?
It was a couple weeks ago, I think. Yeah.
I
was
was still doing 5 nights, so it was around.
It was around then, yeah. Because I remember it was
Yeah.
you did an episode of Security Breach. Matt did he did his some sort of review. I might have done a Pokemon thing. Cisco, you probably did an unboxing. Key, you did. I mean, I don't say I forget, but everyone at least did something.
Kingdom
like
Hearts.
that.
Kingdom Hearts.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Dude,
Kingdom
it's
Hearts,
always
yeah.
Kingdom Hearts.
Oh, of course. No, that's
I think
true.
I streamed. I think that's what I did. I think it was
Yeah.
my first time coming back on stream in a long while. I think that's what. I think
That's
what it
true.
was. And
Actually-
then that was Matt's Concrete Genie. I think it was.
Oh yeah.
I think it was that video.
That's what it was.
I remember that. Yeah, I think so. I gotta ask though, to the people who are returning to streaming, I guess technically Cisco and Aiden, you guys are kind of in that realm. How did it feel to go live after forever, or not forever, but trying to sit back in the streamer chair and be like, holy crap, I'm actually pressing the go live button, people coming in, holy crap, you're here. How do you think that felt?
It's I'll go first. Dude, it's wild. Y'all know from all my complaints, it started off with having a laptop that didn't know that couldn't stream. It was so hard. Then I got this PC, but then my Wi-Fi was bad, and then it took forever to get that Wi-Fi fixed. And then once everything was good to go, I don't know if you guys remember that I started streaming and I had the worst frame issues and stuff, and I was so upset. And I was
remember that.
just nothing's gonna go right. Just nothing's gonna go right until I took a whole day to actually go through the settings and try to fix things up. I finally figured it out. Turns out, for anybody who's starting YouTube or might have this issue, if you're in the Streamlabs and you're streaming and you're having issues with frame and resolution and all that stuff, your Elgato might be set to auto. Bad. No. You want to go in there and type all that stuff in manually. So I had to put 60 frames, whatever,
gameplay, yeah.
1080. I had to put that in manually. I didn't realize that. So having it to auto was screwing everything up. But anyways,
You're gonna help me with that later.
yeah, I'll help you out with that.
Yeah, everyone has an issue. It's not just one person.
Yeah, it's always something. There's always something. And soon it'll be another thing for me. But no, with Elden Ring, I was just hey, if I might as well playing this game, I might as well stream. And and I have my console set up now where like all I gotta do is press to go live because everything's hooked up to my PC. So
That's
it
awesome.
felt really, really good. Like
Mhm.
talking with people, hanging out, seeing people return, and saying, "Hey, man, good to see you live again." It's like felt really refreshing.
Oh, that's awesome. Aiden, what about you? Yeah.
No, I mean, like, I used to stream like every day. Like when I first started YouTube, like it was every single day. And so you kind of like build this whole like for like the longest time, you just have this habit of like knowing exactly how you want to act on stream. But like when you come back after so long, because it not even just like when I came back like 3 months ago, but like any period where it's like you're drastically gone, I became super self conscious of like, okay, how do I act on stream now? Like, how do I find that like how did I act on stream before? But also, you're a different person, so you're not trying to replicate. I'm not trying to replicate who I was when I was 15. But also, it's just like, it's nerve wracking, but it's probably the most like exciting and like enjoyable thing ever. Like, I love streaming. It's so much fun. Like, I can have like a super quiet stream, and I just love talking to myself and playing a game in front of the camera. It's fun. But like, man, like, just even having like a few people, it was just like, this is awesome. This is awesome. I love this. And then, man, like, just the high of like just hanging out with chat, catching up, talking about games, whatever, like literally anything. You can talk to chat about whatever, but like, man, like the high of getting rated is like a whole nother level, and it's just like oh yeah, this is what I'm doing this for. And I mean, like, it's just such a good fun time always on stream. So I was like, damn, I definitely miss this. And also, I had this big like weird mental hurdle of like, oh, I better find something that's really entertaining to stream. And then I couldn't stream until I did, and I was like, you know what? Screw it. I'm just gonna play whatever I want on stream. It does not matter at all.
That's me right now.
Yeah, literally just whatever you want. Just stream. It does not matter. As long as you're not playing like, as long as you're not playing like Paint Dry Simulator, you're probably good. You probably would be fine playing Paint Dry Simulator.
Yeah, no, exactly. I mean, that's the other issue too. Like, I know exactly what you're talking about, Aiden, because I mean, I feel like obviously I'm kind of on the opposite end of that spectrum where like I've been streaming like constantly, like almost every other day. Like you see the live notification in Discord, where it's just me like, yo, Twitch Andy back at it again with another Twitch stream or some shit like that. But there have been times where like I kind of don't know what game I want to do, and then everyone kind of recommends stuff. But at the same time, I'm like, I want to do that. Like, for instance, yesterday I just streamed Jackbox games, which I haven't played. We haven't streamed those in forever. Mostly because I kind of felt burnt out by just doing that, because everyone kept like requesting that game, and so fortunately I was able to be like, you know, like, we'll just have fun with it. We did. A lot of people came in. It was just like the best kind of, you know, like experience that I could ask for, because everyone was just like, oh, this is so fun. It's not what you've been doing like constantly, but I enjoyed it for what it was. It was really cool.
And not to brag, but I did totally clean up in that game. Both rounds.
Dude, believe it or not, Key, like, how many games did you win? You have like
I won 2, bro.
2 games? Yeah, that's not, or
2
I think
games.
3.
If you did, no, I came in for only 2, played 2, and beat, and I came out on top for those 2. I don't know how many you did, but it was just kind of funny because I've never played that game before.
No, you did awesome at it. You basically just hopped in and played by the rules. It was awesome.
Yep.
Silly goose.
It was pretty fun, at least. I think the other thing too is, you know, a big hurdle that a lot of people face is like, you know, especially, you know, the viewers watching this right now, and listening. You realize that when you're trying to figure out stuff you want to stream, your mind instantly goes to like it's like, oh, is this not gonna be fun? Is this gonna be, you know, boring? And especially, I experienced this whenever I played, what was it? Pokemon Legends Arceus. I know, like, at certain points when I was trying to, you know, like, just trying to like catch Pokemon, I beat the game, but this is while I was trying to beat it. There were moments where people were just like, do a shiny hunt. I was like, I want to beat the game first, but they're just like, no, like, just do this. And I was like, oh, well, this is kind of boring. And
That's
it gets like that a lot.
Sometimes the audience, like, it's weird because like when we live stream, you want the biggest audience possible. You want to have a lively chat, but sometimes it's a curse. And like, I brought this up many times before, but like, Animal Crossing is not the game to stream because all people care about is showing you their town. They don't care that you want to work on your decorations and stuff. They say, no. You're coming to my town. And you say, not right now. They'll just keep asking. They'll just keep spamming. Like, you know, same thing.
And if not that, bro, they're in your town. And you can't do nothing. You're like, oh, I've been to my town 1,000,000 times every day this month. Yeah, I know what my town looks like. I'm not trying to give you, like, everyone in chat a tour.
And it is fun to show people your town. But then, like, you're like, all right, that was fun. Gonna move on. No. Because I remember like I just brought up Animal Crossing, and it was like, yeah. So, and Smash Brothers can be a big pain in the butt too. Where if you got like
Yeah.
the
I
one
would never
person who
do Smash.
dominates, oh, it can be
Mhm.
so annoying when you got that one person who like just wants to flex on their skills and they just dominate the arena, and you can never like,
That's
it's like you're just sitting there like losing all the time. Like,
here's
That's
the
the-
thing.
You know what? That's the fun thing about, for example, streaming Mario Kart, because Mario Kart can be so random most of the times that you don't have that person dominating most of the time, and I think that can be pretty
Mhm.
fun with Mario Kart.
Unless your name's Nolan, otherwise you're running the entire fucking lobby, like the whole
Hey, no,
damn
no.
stream. That's how it goes. I'm telling you.
No. Wasn't it Nolan that I hit him with a bullet bill when he was trying to show off? He was first place and he stopped because he went through a bomb, and I came with a bullet bill and took the first place. And he's like, "No!" I'm like, "That's what you get. That's what you get. That's what you get." That's fun. See, Mario Kart's a fun game to stream. I like
Yeah.
that one.
Yeah.
You know what's really surprisingly fun, and I think Aiden's the one who did it. Was Arms.
Oh,
Ooh.
That one's
Arms,
great.
yeah.
That's
Arms is
one of
a
the.
good one.
That's an amazing game to stream. Actually,
yeah. Especially like when you have people who play Arms. Like that, the whole when I set up that stream, I was like, okay, I need to make sure I have people play Arms with. This is gonna suck. And that's how. And then that turned into an awesome stream. And then we did that with the Olympics, which was really, really, really fun that way.
mm-hmm.
That one was good.
The Olympics was the only time I ever played Arms ever.
We gotta do more of it.
Nah, play it again. It'll be totally worth it. I feel like you used to at some point.
Mhm.
Yeah, but I kind of wanted to bring this up. I'm sorry for keep on trying to step on y'all's toes, but
No, go for it.
I think that the key for when it comes to sorry, I'm not trying to make puns about my own name. Okay,
He said
But
key.
the thing
The only
is,
one who thinks it.
key.
The-
He said key.
shut up, please, God. The thing is, when it comes to games that like whatever game you're streaming, right? I think it's cool when you're good at a particular game and people watch you for that. All right.
Yeah.
It'll make streaming other games a little bit more difficult because they're gonna want to see you do that a lot. Going back to Night Sky's case with Jackbox, because people like that. There's two kinds of games. You got single player, multiplayer. Single player, if you're really good at it, people will come to you just to watch you be really good, kick ass, and challenge yourself at the game. Multiplayer games are different because people come to participate and play with you, see if they can beat you at it, so on and so forth. So multiplayer games can attract a crowd a lot more easily, but if you have something you're really, really good at or something you really like doing, super passionate about, then people will come to you for that.
Well, and like, see, with multiplayer games, I feel like a lot of people join the stream to play the game rather than
Right.
you. So you'll have a lot of people come and play, and then probably you'll never see them again. Like I feel like I've seen that happen a lot. Whereas like with single player games, they're there for you. You're selling yourself, and you're selling the game that you're playing. That was
Exactly.
like especially true with like not even like you don't even have to be good at the game. You could also be terribly ass at this game, or you can just be like casually playing a game.
Yeah.
Yeah, and for example, what I did with my Five Nights at Freddy's series. I went to stream it, but my Elgato was not working, and yada yada. So I did the videos. So, what, for example, I think like Five Nights at Freddy's and other type of indie horror games that's what I like. They attract a lot of people, considering that they like to see people get scared. That's like the main selling point. So
I
that's.
mean, I like seeing people get scared shitless.
Yeah, me
like
too.
that gets
Yeah.
fun to me.
Also, like one point is sometimes those multiplayer games, like they're a double-edged sword because they can bring people in, but I notice a lot of times with those multiplayer games, let's say Mario Kart, like those people are focused on the game. They're not going to focus on commentating. So,
No, exactly.
so then you got like a dead chat, and everyone like you have like 8 people watching or 12 people watching, but none of them are commenting. Except for the occasional GGs every once in a while. I mean,
like,
hey, it's cool because
especially true with Smash.
Yeah, because the issue is
That's
like
why I had to walk away with it. Man.
everyone's so focused on the actual like game itself that like once the match ends, you just see the GGs, and then like the occasional person hops in and is like, "Hey, what's the code? Here's the code. Okay,
That's
GGs." That's basically how it goes.
It's like just hanging out.
Don't want to interrupt again, but I feel like we haven't heard enough of Rox's sexy voice on this podcast yet.
Yeah, man,
Well,
you're the special
no.
guest.
Well, I'll say like I don't know how. That's why I don't stream and I don't stream games that much like at all because I can't be good at a game and stream. I have to have a reason to play the game. That's why my last stream was I think I forgot who I told, but it was like 6 months ago, and I was in a hot tub. Like I have to do something. I can't like play a game that I just feel no. That is not like that's content to me. But that's not like my
like
form of like
Man, you
expression
belong
at
on
all,
Twitch then,
so
I'll tell you
normally
that
I don't.
much.
no,
Maybe I do because I want to be doing like events and I want to be doing things that like will last will last me with like clips and last like the viewers with funny moments until the next stream, which could be like days and ahead. Like I can't play a game every day. I don't know how Lazy does it. That shit is amazing.
That's hard.
yeah.
Like
Keep that consistency. Yeah, no,
that's a
it's like-
grind because
No, exactly. Like that was like my struggle with like why like I wasn't streaming as much because I felt like everything had to be an event and I'm like no I got to find like a playing field where I can do those events but also stream as what like random games.
yeah.
Because like I did like the Mario paints, I did like building Lego on stream, building a gingerbread house, a lot of building. I realized like just stuff like
Yeah.
that, like having events that way, Donkey
Well, then,
Konga, stuff like that.
Ribs. He baked cookies,
Yeah.
didn't he?
Cooking
One
stream.
time?
Nice
And then there
guys
was that
done
one
like
time-
bathtub, hot tub.
I've done.
Yeah.
I did my own cooking
Pool.
stream recently. Yeah, the pool stream.
IRL stream.
That was fun. IRL streams too. Yeah, you can be
And there was
creative
that-
as much as you want with it too. It's really
There
fun.
was the one where I did like the Frankie poses and I was like reacting to people's videos and stuff. That was fun. Like
Yeah.
live stream could be anything.
I remember that.
Games
And
are the
those
easy
those
ones.
are what I like.
Mhm.
I love those. A year from now, I still remember like a clip or two from Sky being in the pool and tapping his phone.
Yeah.
I still remember that. Like,
Listen,
I
that's
don't,
a classic.
even though the
moment, you
gaming
know?
is good, I don't remember like
Mhm.
the gaming stream 93 of
You know
Yeah,
what?
yeah.
It's
of,
funny you
whatever
mentioned
game,
that too.
even
Yeah,
if it's good at the moment.
I think that's another
It's
thing too.
like satisfaction over
Yeah.
like what's the other word? Satisfaction over you
Over
know
the-
fulfillment.
I think that's actually a really good way to put it because a lot of people would agree with you too. Like they remember the moments from other random streams that aren't from the game because you could play a game like for instance, like I know you talk about Lazy. I play Splatoon like constantly, and how many people are gonna remember when I got let's say 4 kills in Splatoon? Yeah, like that means absolutely nothing, right? But like when you take a moment,
but
like
at the
when you take a
in
moment,
the moment, it's good.
Yeah.
It's great because the chat loves it. You're having fun. You're playing with chat. It's like the pros are instant satisfaction, which is good for streaming because streaming should be like that for the most part.
Yeah.
Or that's the culture. But like I understand that as a viewer. I don't understand that as a creator. Like I couldn't understand that for myself at least. That's what I mean.
No, yeah, I get that. For example, I think Aiden, this is a question for you. Which is the live stream from me that you remember the most?
The Ring Fit.
I wanna.
put them right in the spot. Jeez.
I didn't stream Ring Fit. You were supposed to answer the Halloween stream that I did back in
Oh,
2018.
yeah, no, that one. No, that's like that. Like that is like peak dag streaming. I remember that one. Like that. Like so. Like that. That's how I met you, and like we became friends because of that. Like that.
And
insane.
I've never done anything like that. I was literally just streaming, giving out trick or treats.
Yeah.
That was it. And it was
I remember
something
that, yeah.
different. Yeah, it was something different, and that attracted a lot of people. I remember having at one point 25 viewers of me just giving out candy. That's how
Yeah.
it worked.
That's cool.
That
Um,
is cool. It's
I don't think I've
It's,
ever
like,
done anything quite as
nice.
cool as that stuff. To be
bro.
honest.
What are you talking?
I have a huge key.
Kingdom Hearts
stream
speedruns?
moment.
No, the Kingdom Hearts speedruns was cool, but I only ever streamed it like one time, and I don't think anyone really remembers anything besides me raging at the end because I couldn't finish it.
That's what I remember.
Classic.
The rage.
Classic.
Or
right
no, my favorite is when we were doing the Olympics and this man got a C4 to the face and he disconnected. Man,
there. Dude, that Olympics. Oh my god! Don't remind me of the Siege Olympics, dude. That was. Oh my god.
Everyone
The
was
Speech
so
Olympics
pissed off.
also
We're talking about that.
pissed me off, man.
dude, no, it's funny because I gave this whole like Narnia speech about like we got this. It's not the end. You know, I'm like, we're gonna communicate. We're gonna turn this shit around. Like, we got this, boys. Boom, done.
that's fucking
I was like,
excited,
we
like
lost.
that.
Fuck it, it's over.
Don't even get me started on that, man. It was so ass. I still to this day, y'all can say whatever the fuck you want, but I honestly still think the teams were so unfair.
They were unfair.
They were.
Dude,
They
listen,
were.
Matt will not let us live it down today. He's like, oh, lazy, just couldn't play Risk. We didn't know how good they were. Fucking demolished our entire team.
Exactly.
You know that shit, right?
I have to
You can't say shit. You were on their
Yeah,
team.
you were on their team too,
literally-
dumbass.
No. I have never played Siege that good in my life. Like, never again. You played Siege with me before and after. I have never played Siege that good in my life. That was it. I peaked
No.
there and that's it.
Lazy did the
It was
whole
team
like.
morale.
No, he did the Boba Fett, the mod guy who does the unnecessary spin. Like he was doing that. Like he shot one guy with a pistol, did the unnecessary spin, and like threw a knife at me, and I'm like, dude, how? How? Oh, it's his first time playing. No, it's
I'll
not.
tell you why. He has all that Call of Duty experience. Ribs was like training hardcore for like the 2 days prior. Aiden has pizza.
Yeah, Aiden was just the pizza guy. Like, how? I forgot about that.
That's also true.
Mm-hmm.
See,
But
that's-
yeah.
And then Rad's better at the game than like anyone here. So it's like, it's like dream
Okay.
team.
No, exactly. But yeah, no, more on the content side again. More for Roxx to answer. But what is the thing that stops you the most from making a video? Like what
good.
holds you back? Like let Roxx kick it off.
Yeah.
Everything. Like what? Oh my gosh! Like at least for me, like I always have to write scripts,
Yeah.
and like writing, I can write and not think. But to get started with writing, you have to think. Like you have to think about how you want to feel and how you want to present yourself in the video. And sometimes I always forget how I present myself in my videos. So when I go to writing, I'm writing something that I would like that sounds so weird from my mouth.
Mhm.
And it just makes me so uncomfortable. So I start writing, I start deleting. I'm like, nah, this ain't good. And I'll delete it and I'll go on to the next video. I've done that probably in the past 6 months. I've probably done that like 30 times just because it's like, it's hard to, I don't know. There's so many things that
hard
like are
to-
unexplainable.
I think I know what you're trying to say. It's like kind of hard to present yourself. Like what you put down on paper sounds good in the moment, but when you go to record it, it just doesn't sound like you in a sense.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you have to change up your words, like as you're actually
and like
recording your
everything,
voice.
and then it'll be that one thing, that one thought process that'll mess me up, and I'll be like, oh well, this now everything else starts piling on. Oh, this could have been a way bigger video than I could only make it now. Like I can't afford to make this the video I want it to be, so why would I make it at all? Just get that shit out. Even though I tell everybody in my like personal life when they want to make something, art or music, I say, hey, just put it out. It doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be what you want it to be right now. You just put stuff out, get your name out. And then I'm over here like, God, I can't do this right now. I really can't. Like,
Yeah.
I have to be the best, even though up until now, I didn't have even good quality. Like,
Yeah.
I just had the laptop. I had Movie Maker. Up until literally
And
this
the
month,
voice
I
of
had
the
Movie
god.
Maker. Well, that was the only thing keeping me going, and I didn't believe it until like last year. People were, "Oh, you have such a nice voice." I'm like, "What are you talking about?"
You
Like,
do, bro.
I thought they were lying.
This is gonna be like the most listened to episode of the podcast. Everyone's like,
Roxx ASMR. Everybody's gonna have to like look for the timestamps on just when Roxx is talking.
Yeah,
It'll
no,
make a
it's
whole
literally
highlight
like-
them too, yeah.
like our audio only listeners, like the platforms will just be peaked like all the way.
Yeah, but one thing that I think will help a lot of people and helped me, mainly over the past year, every time I try to think of a giant video that I could never produce now, and it would take like too much money, too much like
Time.
manual labor, too much time, I just think, hey, it doesn't matter right now. This is a back burner. I can do this in 2 years. I don't care if nobody's watching me in 2 years. I can still do this in 2 years because this is what I like. This is what I like. I'm fine because I started thinking of it again as art instead of just making a video. I started thinking like some of them is just like a movie or something. I'm not gonna try to make a movie right now
Yeah.
if I don't have the equipment. So why am I trying to make these big videos if I have the proper thing? And then that starts leading you into the business aspect. Now I just I gotta make smaller videos, more consistent. I gotta build up to that. Why am I trying to get to the spot? Why am I trying to like shout for the go for Neptune or whatever if I can't even make it to the moon.
Yeah. No, it's like that. That's like that problem is like the problem I always have because I like not just like as like a content creator, but like ideally like I hold so much respect to myself as like I hold such a standard to myself as like a content creator, not just because like that, and also I'm in film, right? So everything I want to make has to have like some sort of like really like enjoyable like visual element to it, and so I always
Yeah.
put time into it. Like it's got to be all the edges got to be really rounded, and then it just almost stops me from making videos because it'll take too long, and then it's like I almost want to hold every video to that standard, but like you have to
Mhm.
kind of almost like knock yourself down a peg, and you're like you can't because one, you're not like as for all of us, like I speak for all of us, we're not content creators that are huge enough where the time consumption that would like take would pay off as often. Like it has, and it has and it will at points, but you can't be making videos that take a month every time because you'll never put out content that way. And it's like, and with the way YouTube treats its content creators, literally it's consistency or it's the highway. Like
Yeah.
get off. Like
I know, and that's the funniest part.
Yeah.
Like, why am I stressing this much? I don't even get like 100 views a video. Why am I stressing this much?
I mean, but it's like
a,
also just
a
like
room
a
full of
mental
people's
standard.
watching my content. Why am
Yeah.
but it's I don't know. It's all like your own perspective. I don't even think about the other people when I'm making this stuff. I do it because I want to do it.
Yeah.
And
Well, yeah, and you see it as
it's
an
just-
art too. Like it is an
Yeah.
art.
So but that's so bad because it ends up with me never uploading. And if I do make a good video, I'm like, well, that's it for the next year. I can't do
Yeah.
that again.
Yeah.
I think
And it
that's
wasn't
a big,
even that good in realization.
Yeah, that's a big issue. Is
It's
the
never
pressure
done.
of making good content, right? Like the pressure of making that quality. But I don't know. I feel like.
Cisco, before you keep going, can you put down the knife? You're making me concerned, bro.
It's not a knife. It's a palette. Not. Oh, you're right. So.
Whoops.
You didn't like my answer? I'm sorry.
He's just like he's talking
Oh my
too
God.
much.
Wow, I always have something dangerous in my hand. No, what I was gonna say was like I think the way like oh no, hey, relax,
Hey,
put it down.
no. Video's getting taken down. We can't upload this.
No, but what I was gonna say was that it's not just like it's content creators who have like that pressure of having to make like quality up to their standards, something like that, right? But it's also like I feel like that's almost on the same level of people who are too scared to start a YouTube channel because they don't know how to make the first YouTube video, you know? And you know how they say is like if you want to start a YouTube channel, the best advice you could ever give somebody is just simply start your YouTube channel. Make the shittiest
Yeah.
video ever because the next one's getting better and better and better and better. And I feel like also for the people who are like, oh man, but it needs to be quality. I'm like, man, dude, like we gotta be real. All of us have to be real here. Like I understand it's like the whole thing about like, man, it's my name on that project, but like YouTube is not gonna reward you for making quality content. They want quantity. Like that's something I've learned.
Yeah.
Like it's quantity that they want. Now, obviously,
most-
you want quality,
most-
yes, but yeah, go ahead, Dag. Go ahead.
Yeah, most viral videos, if you actually look at them, they are at 360p, not even 1080.
Like the biggest shitpost
Like-
quality you could ever see, and that's what makes them so funny. But
That's
that's
true.
why people are so
Exactly.
entertained by it, right? Yeah.
Exactly. So really, in YouTube, quality does not really matter most of the time.
And that's not to say don't focus on quality. Absolutely have quality, but don't strive for a quality where it kills your drive. And that goes for me too, because I do the same thing.
Yeah.
I will like you guys know I get too ambitious with like my Metroid project or the Pikmin project. I eventually come crashing down, and I just forget about everything.
Yeah. Well, it's like-
That's why
that-
reaction videos are such a blessing.
It's like
Reaction videos
can't-
reset, right? Like
Yeah.
resets your channel almost. It's like
Oh man, a Nintendo Direct is today. Oh, I can upload.
Yeah, it's like
finally content, baby. Let's go.
Yeah.
that's how I feel. A Nintendo Direct comes, I'm back, baby. After a 6-month hiatus, I'm back. And then I'm for another couple months.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That seemed like issue that I have to deal with. Like all last year, I made that bit of joke in my Splatoon video where all I uploaded was just reaction videos, and I did. Like literally 5 of my videos from 2021 were just Nintendo Direct stuff, Splatoon stuff, Smash Bros stuff. I was just like, are you kidding me? Like I can't just be doing this the entire time, right?
If you want to be a reaction channel, nobody's stopping you. But
And-
Hey, I still
and, like,
watch reaction videos. I like
Yeah,
reaction
I like
videos.
reaction videos, but it kind of like sometimes I feel bad making it because then I'll think about like if I look at my channel over the past 2 years and
Mhm.
I'll look and I'll be like, oh, let me see what I'm proud of at my work, and I just see a couple random reaction videos. It like diminishes my value to myself. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, that didn't really take any much work on
I
it.
mean, like,
Like,
there's like a,
That,
there's
that
like a
happens. That happens.
there's like a weird stigma to like reaction videos because sometimes they're like really really good, but like for instance, like for me, like my most recent reaction video is like kind of like the perfect example because I'm losing my mind to Earthbound. Like that's like my pride and joy. That's a good chunk of my content too. Like a good percentage of my videos are now mother related content, and that's drawing in viewers to that widespread. And like same with Xenoblade. Like I love Xenoblade, and I want to do a lot of Xenoblade. Like I'm sure I'll probably stream all of 3. I've got like some ideas for videos for 3 as well. So like it pulls in content that like viewers that way. And the same goes for Sky. Like he's reacting to Splatoon. That's literally like 90% of his content, like right there.
Yeah.
yeah.
And sometimes like my recent Pokemon reaction tanked, but then
Dude,
like my
I'm telling you,
Metroid
you need to
one
put
did
your-
great.
Dude, I'm telling you, you need to put your face in almost every single thumbnail.
Especially for
Your face is your money maker,
reaction.
Cisco.
You're right. I didn't think of that.
Yeah, Cisco, we love your face, dude. Use more
I
of it, right?
bamboozled myself. Yeah. What was I gonna say though? Going back to what we're talking about. I also another thing is like you want to upload, even if you're like I don't know about this, because what I noticed is that I've you guys know for those who know, like I'm super paranoid over my channel sometimes, and I'm just living in the analytics. I'm studying my channel like crazy. Like what can I do? And like there's this whole like journey that you go with your videos. You find out what works, what doesn't work. You experiment with new things. You go back to your old or whatever, and you see what works, what doesn't, and you kind of just start to evolve into a whole other person. I originally wanted to be a figure reviewer or like an art centered YouTuber. And I ended up going into like discussions where I'm like more doing like the news and like discussing topics and stuff like that. And I really enjoy that. But now I'm starting to get more into like the lore, right? Like you guys saw that I was doing like lore on Pikmin and Metroid, and that's new. I started messing around with tutorials. I like tutorials; they were getting good views, but it's also like tutorials were weird because it's like you can't just upload one tutorial for a random game. Like if you're doing tutorials, you gotta be like Abdallah Smash, who's doing like tutorials. All like there's like 50 tutorials for each game.
Yeah, Austin John Plays, the good example of
Austin
that.
John Plays,
Yeah.
perfect
Yeah,
example.
yeah.
And yeah, it's like it's kind of one of those things where it's like I didn't really feel that way, so like I didn't really feel good about it. I'll definitely do tutorials every now and then if I feel like this would be really helpful for players. But is my channel going to be tutorial centered? I realized no, and so I moved on to the next content. I did my top 10 for the Pokemon Unite, right? And I was like doing like a top 10. That did excellent. Will I do more top 10s? I'm thinking about it. In fact, I even have a list of a series of top 10s I might work on. But I don't know. I don't know. But it's just a lot of like figuring it out. And I wouldn't have gotten that far if I wasn't uploading a lot. Even if I was frustrated with the video, send it out. It might do better than you thought. There's some videos where I'm like, this is going to be the most crappiest video, and boom, it blows up, and I'm like, wow, okay, like, and then sometimes it's the opposite. I'm like, this is the best video I ever made, and it's like 37 views. What? Look, yeah.
It's like and like that happens too. There's also a weird element of like super technical too. Like sometimes you just like you're like, okay, like people are talking about this right now. Like this is like trending. People want this. And you just put it out there and it does like just as good as you expected. And you're just like, yep. You put on the right tags, you put on like you share it in the right place, and you're like, yep, that's perfect. Like just super content.
Mm-hmm. That's how yeah.
Yeah, I have a weird question.
Go for it.
Do you have any like bigger YouTubers messaging you or like contacting you about your content?
I can think about that. Go around everyone else first. I might have an idea for one.
I mean, like I have. It's not like consistent. It's just like happened a few times where like
Same.
Like I want to know if that is that a thing that boosts your morale or like confidence?
I think it's just
yeah.
Oh, for sure. I mean like I don't know. I'm at a point too where it's like it's like anybody who like I get like I'm jumping for joy when someone comments on my videos, especially like when it's mother too, and like because I'm hitting my audience where someone's like oh like I just discovered Earthbound and I didn't know there was merch, and I'm just like, and they're like asking me, oh, how do I get this exactly, and I'm like that's what I'm here for, baby. Like I'm hitting exactly what I want, or like people are just being like, this is a great video, like I really enjoyed this, and like wow, like you did a great job, like I can't believe the quality and stuff like that. Like my content with my content is just like through the roof. I'm like I don't care if this got 2 views. Someone liked this enough where they were like, great job. Like I took the time to write a comment. I'm like, I'm in love, man. I love you. I love you. Marry me.
Dude, I know that
So
feeling. Sometimes I get
you
these
like that.
paragraphs
Oh,
of
yeah.
comments. I'm like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's awesome.
It's like the best feeling. Like any like even like I have like family members. Like obviously your mom's gonna be like, oh, you look handsome. But like when your like family members are like, this is a really good video. Like I can tell you put work into it. I'm like,
Like
My
when,
favorite
so
thing.
when someone validates your
Oh,
the
yeah.
reason you made the video,
Yeah.
like, perfectly.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah, that's a
I,
very good way to put it.
Go.
Actually,
Go.
this happened last week, but I had a girl come over to me during high school and said, "Hey, yesterday I found out about your short film. It was awesome. I loved it." And those kind of comments, either those are on YouTube or in person, those really just boost up. And I'm like now thinking, okay, what will be my next short film? What am I going to create? What am I
Yeah.
going to innovate? Because getting all that feedback really just gives you energy. I don't know. It boosts you. It's awesome.
It is really awesome. I mean, I literally just told you guys about this yesterday, but I put out a video, and it was the first time it ever happened to me. Someone said that the video came up in their recommended, and that's never happened to me before. But they commented that, and then my subscribers went up by like 5. I'm like, oh shit, this is doing something. And then I found out he was one of those subscribers. So I'm just like, yay!
So for those who are listening, if you haven't caught on, we YouTubers love comments.
oh, it's like
Yeah,
love comments.
best thing ever.
It's like our-
It's just
like our
like a
secret
nice
pleasure.
vid. That's all. That's all.
It's
Eat
like
that
the
like
victory.
chips.
Like when the video comes out, like that's what we wait for the most. Like that's what we want to hear, because it's that like, oh, like what do they think? Like what's their feedback? Like and like I've got to be so like I got to be like, we have the coolest community, because I look at a lot of other communities and a lot of people get like nice, lol, like that's their comment section. But a lot of people in this community, especially Nintendo, put time and like a little bit of thought into their comments, even just like 5 minutes to type it out, even if that 30 seconds type out a comment, and it's just like that, like that's so much. That means so much. Like it goes, that goes so far.
No, I literally
Yeah.
go, like, for those who won't know, and I'm sure everyone here does the same, I will go into my videos, just look through the comments, just be
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
must be
Yeah.
that up. Like, it's such, like,
Yeah.
if I'm having a bad day, I'll look through the comments on my videos and be like, yes, I feel good. I was literally doing that today. Like, I was like, after school, and I was like going through my laptop, I'm like, there's a bunch of comments I haven't responded to yet, and I'm going through my, like, the me video, and I'm like, oh man, these comments are all sweet. Like, people are saying like, this was an awesome video, I subbed, I love your content. I'm like, oh, like, I love this. That's comments are everything, man. I
Yeah,
love
yeah.
comments.
With that being
They
said,
are.
and everyone comment on this video.
Hey, good
Yeah.
man.
Yeah,
Do what
show
you guys
love.
want to do. Actually,
Comment on this video, get a smooch from Roxx on the cheek.
oh shit!
Yeah.
Oh, that,
Comment
that
and you
reminds me
get
of something.
my
though.
lips.
To bounce off of that question though, because this is actually a very important subtopic for content creation as well, and because it's so recent as well. How do you guys feel about content creators, putting stuff on TikTok?
If only our good friend Mr. Cool was here, he could tell you all about how he likes putting old content on there.
If only Litz was here, he's the one that's
Recycling
been-
Andy.
Well,
So
let's do.
Dag Litz.
That's a real
to-
TikToker.
Dag and Litz. Is anybody else? Dag and Litz to me were the original TikTokers. Like, those
Yeah.
guys were.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah.
And then like a couple of us followed, and then like I remember when I joined, that's when everybody joined.
Oh,
Like-
it's
like,
all
well, I
Cisco,
had-
right? It's all
I
Cisco.
no. I had joined. No. I take it back. I take it back. I had joined. But here's what happened. I had joined. I made a couple of videos, but I didn't do TikTok seriously. But then me and Roxx started talking about it, and I was like, I remember we were like up to like 5 a.m. and be like, we're gonna do this. We're gonna like actually go so serious with TikTok. And I uploaded my first video, and I felt so good, and I started doing it. And I got up to like almost 200 followers right off the bat. No, I think it was like 150 followers right off the bat. And I told Radical about it. He was like, that makes sense. I was telling Aiden about it, and Aiden was like, oh man, I'm getting kind of pumped. And then everyone just kind of came in at once, and then we were, all of us at the same time.
In my defense, I joined because my girlfriend has a TikTok, and
that makes sense.
Yeah.
So.
But I think we all, or at least Cisco started to take TikTok seriously when we talked to Wood from Beat 'em Ups, and he said, you know what? Focus on TikTok right now.
No, I was doing TikTok before that.
Oh, you were?
Yeah, I was. Actually, when Woods talked to us about that, I had stopped doing TikTok. I haven't started since. But no. I was. Wait, what was this?
I actually took Wood's advice, and since then I've been taking TikTok more seriously. And right now I think I have like a very solid fan base on TikTok. I have 8,012 followers.
Go check out Dag's TikTok, guys. It's literally got like 1,000 followers. Like before everyone else started joining him, it was like, holy shit, like he's famous. And then Litz did the same thing too. Like he hopped on and he was like, yeah, guys, I'm gonna make 3 accounts on TikTok. Woohoo!
See, Litz would have been farther, but that man has like 10 TikToks, and I don't understand why. Just focus on the one.
Dude, I was going through some of his TikToks last night. I noticed that he actually commented on one of his own TikToks with an alternate account. Like,
he's trying to throw into the algorithm.
Don't expose him now. What are you doing?
But for those listening, and maybe like, why does TikTok matter? For those you don't know, sharing your video on like everywhere is like the most important thing, and not just like sharing your video, but being like having a presence on other platforms. Like it's super important because like a lot of the time you gotta draw in viewers from outside of YouTube and outside of like you need to put your videos on Twitter, you need to put them on Instagram and TikTok. Like that's how you draw in viewers, and as well you'll reach a pool of audience that you probably aren't reaching on YouTube as well. Like it can give your videos a second wind as well. Like that's
also people just spend more time on TikTok than they do any other stuff.
The content of like short videos is starting to be the big trend right now.
Yeah.
So especially with YouTube Shorts as well.
People are being
Speaking of YouTube Shorts, bro. YouTube Shorts can be great for boosting your channel. I uploaded 2 YouTube Shorts last week. I went from 847 subs to 903.
Wow.
In that 1 week.
Wow. My fucking man, dude. Great job. That's awesome.
YouTube Shorts.
Almost 1K too.
So, but it is hard to find that balance because you don't want to be have
shorts channel
10 shorts and then just one regular video. So you have to kind of balance it out in order to not be oversaturated with shorts, because it is very tempting because you can grow a lot and stuff like that. But yeah, you have to find that balance in order to not get stuck with only shorts.
Yeah. Not to try putting a damper or anything, but how far are we into the episode, Sky?
Great question. We are about 40 minutes, so we still got some time to talk about this. Actually, real quick though, if we want to move on to a different topic, discoverability is a very important factor, especially if you're streaming on other platforms other than YouTube. So I'm the Twitch Andy, whatever you want to call it. So I watch a lot of videos about how to grow your Twitch channels, and a lot of them say bring other people from other platforms. Twitch is the hardest place to grow as a streamer because there's so many bigger names that are constantly streaming. Like for example, XQC, Mizkif, Pokimane. You have the big guys who are always just streaming whatever, and so that's why it's a lot harder for smaller channels to get discoverability. Obviously, Twitch, they're trying to take steps to kind of change that. Like I saw, they just had a new feature where if you start a hype train, with a donation type thing on Twitch, there's a feature that'll actually boost your channel and it'll put it on the front page of Twitch for a brief moment.
Pay to win.
Yeah, which is basically that. So it kind of sucks, but I mean, they're trying, but it's a lot harder.
Trying to also implement actual pay to win on Twitch.
There's also that too, yeah. So I mean, you can say whatever for that, but it's hard. It's very hard, to try to, especially if you're. Because for me, I streamed on YouTube for a bit, and then I streamed on Twitch. It's very hard. I'm sure a couple of you can agree with that too, since you tried Twitch, to bring people over from YouTube and say, hey, no, come over here. And I was like, no, I like YouTube. It's comfortable. There's nothing. It's easy. It's simple. Twitch is a whole different thing. Twitch culture, I know Roxx, especially you two, can agree with this. Twitch culture is just its own thing, and that's why I love so much about it. But it's hard to bring people over to that too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I like hearing about Twitch because I don't know nothing about it.
Yeah,
Roxx, you should explain it. Yeah.
Bro,
awesome.
it's not even just like that's a good point though, because it's not even just Twitch that's entirely different. Instagram is entirely different.
Mhm.
Twitter is entirely different. TikTok, they each have their own people that will never
Yeah.
go on the other platforms. So that's why, like, when you can post your stuff and they like it, it gives them a reason to go to the other platforms. Or you can have, like Dag, have a whole new audience on the other platform. So
Yeah.
it's like, why? I don't know. At this point, why not?
No,
Why
it
not?
literally
If
there's
you want
no
to get
reason
if you
not
want
to
to get
switch away.
big, basically.
Not there's literally no reason to not like branch out and put yourself on other platforms.
If there's any time in content creation where the least amount of luck is involved, it's right now. That's basically what all of these platforms are going for.
Yep.
Yeah,
So
speaking of
post on OnlyFans. Post
Hey,
on.
let's
Whoa,
go.
hey,
Post
mods,
on.
mods. Help me out here.
Oh, whoa, wait. Is that banned on YouTube or that's banned on Twitch or something? It's banned on one of them.
It doesn't really matter. I don't remember.
going back to TikTok, TikTok that I uploaded 4 hours ago just hit 3.5k views. So
Damn, Mr. TikTok man himself.
Dude, I got a video that like took off too. Like I went super serious on TikTok for about 2 weeks, and that got me so much, but then I stopped. Because like,
No,
dude,
feel
I was
that,
being
feel
dumb.
that.
It's because like my goal was to pass lits and followers, and I passed them. I was like, mission accomplished, and I just threw my phone away and never. But I gotta go back on TikTok. But I'm gonna check right now. I did like WarioWare content. 18k. That was my video. Yeah, 18k
Ooh.
views. That's a lot.
Let's go.
And
And
the
then,
color
and then it
live
was
you did
like
as
the
well.
what the color one too. It was what's the color?
7k you did.
Wow, that's crazy.
Numbers.
Wow,
Big numbers.
Yeah, dude.
that's
My
views.
numbers have been pretty
like
good
that's
too.
people who saw that video. Crazy.
Hmm.
Oh, the craziest thing. I didn't even talk about this. So no one's known this. I haven't said this yet. So at school today, I was talking with somebody who I had just met, and he was a content creator as well. And we were like going back and forth about creating, not even just YouTube and stuff, but like art and all that. And there was a guy who was sitting at our table that was hanging out with one of my friends, and they introduced us to him. And when we talked about like channels and stuff like that, he's like, "Oh, you have a channel?" I'm like, "Yeah." And I like pulled up like I was like, "Yeah," because I was remember I said I was like looking through my comments. So I like panned the laptop to him, and he saw like me, and then he saw the Switch Sports game footage. He's like, "Oh," he's like, "Wait," he's like, I could have sworn I saw I might have passed over this video. He's like, because I saw a video that was talking about like the new me, and I'm like, the new me? I'm like, that's the title. And then like I backed out and showed him the thumbnail, and it was called The New Me. And he was like, I swear I saw this before. He's like, I didn't watch it, but I saw it on my recommended. I was like, oh,
Wasn't
snap.
good enough.
He said
Wasn't
he
good
said
enough
he
for
had
what he
already
saw.
watched
That's not what he
videos.
means. That's not what he means.
But then yeah,
That
he
is
was
cool,
like, that's
though.
so hype. Like people are, you never know who's watching your stuff. So it's pretty cool.
No, that's
yeah,
really cool.
I had a cousin of mine who doesn't sub to any channel because his parents, I mean, my uncles don't let him sub to any channel. But my aunt told me about how 2 weeks ago he screamed, "Oh my God, that's Daniel!" And he actually found my videos on his recommended.
That's
That's
awesome.
crazy. No
And
kidding.
that was just
Bro,
like,
imagine.
whoa.
That's
I
awesome.
got a little brother. I think you guys probably know him better as Little Key back
Mhm.
from the day. He looks up to me
Classic.
so much on YouTube and stuff, man. So much that I'm still trying my best to like not curse in videos, but I still kind of fail. And he'll sometimes even go and like see your videos and stuff too, and he's just like telling me about like, oh, when are you guys gonna do another N10 video? And I'm just like, I don't know.
Yeah,
But
that's
then
yeah, and a huge important part of that thing too. Like I know, especially like my family. Like my family loves watching. They actually watch your stuff. Like sometimes over dinner, they'll be like, "Yo, throw on something." I'm like, "All right." And I found like, "Oh, like saw you upload on the N10 channel." So we watched the 3 years get together. They absolutely loved that. Like they're so like interested in like the type of content that I make, but also they love watching other stuff too, like you guys. So obviously, like it's cool to have initial reactions from other people, but like people who you're close to say like, wow, like you did this, like this is really cool.
Yes.
And like it also adds like that amount of appreciation and pride too, honestly.
Mhm.
Another kind of appreciation and pride. God damn it, I almost fumbled that. But I was gonna say another thing that was really cool is when we did like our first batch of N10 merch and stuff. When that came in the mail, my parents were wondering what that was, so I showed it to them and had to explain to them that this was like our logo and this was our whole group. And then they're like, "Oh, so you guys have like your own jerseys and stuff? That's so cool." Yeah, it's that one. It was just so fun, and they actually got out their phones, started taking pictures, and I did a little modeling. It was fun.
Oh man, you some
Oh, that's
modeling?
great.
I did some modeling.
Hey,
in the
good
N10
man,
merch,
good
yeah.
man.
Probably still have the photos in my album still, but yeah.
That's cool. So, how about this? Like, I wanted to talk about this for like the last segment because I think it's also a very important part about, being a content creator. Is because we talked about family, we talked about people reacting. What about the connections that you make on YouTube? The friends that you can make and find, and like that also challenge and inspire you to make better stuff. Because I argue that's a very important part about content creation, especially today, is to surround yourself with people who are like-minded, who have the same drive as you, and who who want to see you succeed, but also you want to see them succeed too. It's such an important part. Let's talk about it.
Friends we
everyone
make
here.
along the way.
It's everyone here, everyone present in this
Everyone
call.
here.
That's true.
Whole
Like
point of N10. Yeah.
if I would have, started making videos. I was like 14, 15.
Yeah.
So, and I'm like what 21 now. Yeah, that's right. And when I started making that, I didn't even think that was possible to have a friend online or meet somebody else that
Stranger danger.
thought the same way I did. Yeah, so I was like, stranger danger. So only real people exist in my mind, So only real people can see with my own eyes. So nobody online existed, but you start making videos. I started getting like a little bit of views, like not much, but I got like 100 subs. And that's when I met like two guys, one from the UK, one from Canada. And I was like, what? This is great. I can meet people. Like, this is amazing. And I think a long time ago, I saw Key. I started watching Key or something. I was like, oh my God, like people are like my age. This doesn't make sense. And
Dude,
then,
yeah, no, we are the same age.
yeah, like, and I was like, this feels weird. Like, and then I think last year it really started kicking off. I was like, oh, I'm actually becoming like good friends with all these people. It's more than just like me creating a video and people are like, hey, I like that video. It's way more than that now. It's like it's so far beyond it. I would have never thought of that.
I gotta ask too, like Roxx, like you're on the opposite end of like I guess I want to call you a viewer, but like you've seen like what N10 has done and like our events and stuff. Like how does it make you feel to see like a group of people like who just make content together? Like how do you react to it?
No, it's crazy because I started watching you guys at the beginning. I don't know if you guys knew that, like the straight beginning because of Key. And then I started watching Aiden, and I started watching all those people. But I remember a long time ago, before I saw you guys, I was like, I want to create my own team or whatever. you know how every
Team 10,
like
yeah.
yeah. I want to create my own team. I was like, that's never gonna happen. But like, it's cool to see one, and I was like, that could never work for Nintendo. And I was beginning to think that, but it's cool to see you guys actually doing that with Nintendo, and like not just with Nintendo, but with more than Nintendo. So it's like seeing you guys pull off like the charity stream and stuff, like lives out my dreams as a 14-year-old, and seeing you guys like actually be friends, like that's living out my dream as like a 14-year-old. Like, I want real friends that like the same thing as me. Like that was impossible, but now like you guys are making it a reality. So I think that's why a lot of people, it is cool like seeing it as a viewer and like coming all this way.
It's
beautiful. Awesome.
N10's had a crazy journey. That's another thing I actually was talking to my classmates about today. I was like, I'm part of this team because I wore the sweater at school today, and I was just talking. Like people were like, "Oh, what's that?" I'm like, "Oh, it's my team, YouTube," and I was talking about it, and I was like, "Dude, like it's absolutely insane." Because I remember when they were coming up to me like, "Hey, we're starting a team. Would you be interested?" I'm like, I don't know.
We've talked about the founding.
I don't know. These Minecraft kids,
founding
bro.
of
I don't
N10,
know. And then I joined, and I can't believe, like, isn't it crazy how I could have easily just said no? Like, isn't that insane how I could have easily just said, I don't know, man, I'm not really feeling it, maybe later, and that's
group
it?
chat.
I probably would have been an N10 Plus member, to be honest. But like, it's just crazy. The fact that I just said yes to something so simple and traveled the world, went to New York twice, did a road trip, Texas, Oklahoma, not Texas, Oklahoma, but Texas and Oklahoma.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
We did the Chicago trip like 2 times. It's crazy. PAX. Oh my gosh. It's like so many trips, so many things I've done, so many things we have accomplished, like the charity stream, the Olympics. Like it's we've come a long way. And like when we look back, it's just like, wow, we did all of this. This is crazy. And it's like, I tell people sometimes about like things we do. Like even my mom, she would complain. She'd be like, she's like, I want to do things like that. She's like, because I'm always doing fun stuff, and we're always going on trips or doing some event, you know, or we're grinding it out. And honestly, it's really awesome. It's like, you know, I've heard people like from my school, like they were like, oh yeah, I did YouTube, but I quit. I'm like, man, dude, I just don't see that in my future. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know how, because they're like, I'm like, why would they quit? Oh, because they wanted to focus on studies. I'm like, like I don't think I have it in me to quit. Like I'm in this for the long run, bro. Like with this group and our community and everything. Like,
yeah, that's why y'all are so impressive, because nobody comes this far. Nobody even comes past the first year. Like I swear, with if anything, with more than one person, especially, like they can never rely on each other, and there will be people like disagreeing along the way, any kind of group, any kind of thing, even if it's like the same goal intentionally or initially. But the fact that you guys are coming up on what, 4 years,
4 years now. Yeah.
like that's like the 1%, I feel like.
Oh, for sure.
Oh, and definitely other point too, we're not showing any signs of stopping too, dude. Like we haven't even hit the peak yet. We're still they're still going.
10-year anniversary coming to you soon.
10 year.
We've actually been having lots of meetings about like, what are we doing next? Because like we'll be straight here. We'll be straight here because we're talking about content creating. And like we gotta be concrete. N10 has done a poor job from time to time of being consistent with our content. We'll launch a crazy event, and then next thing you know, you viewers will be like, where the hell did N10 go? And then out of nowhere, suddenly we're like, hey, we're hanging out together. Like, it's like, what's N10 doing? But like, we've been discussing about like evenly, like putting like an even workload on everybody and like trying to get some sort of consistent content. And there's a lot of things, like there's things like as YouTubers, and for those who are YouTubers know, for those of you guys who want to start a channel or something, this is something to take note of. Like, there's a lot that goes into a YouTube channel, because almost this whole time we're talking about like live streams and making videos, but there is like the networking, there is the advertisements, there is like how do you big your titles? Yeah. There's a lot of planning, like what are you gonna do? What's the direction you're gonna go? And that's what we've been doing a lot of lately. Lots of meetings of like, what are we gonna do? Where are we gonna take N10? What's the goal? What are we all gonna do for our individual channels and as a group? This has been pretty crazy. Lots of planning, but yeah, no, we're not showing any signs of stopping. We've come this far, and we actually want. I think in fact, we want it to go even harder than ever. Like, I think we want to go. We really want to take N10. One thing I have to note is, for I think everyone who's been here, it's like we've been doing these N10 meetups and going to events. Let me tell you something. N10's like we're the name there. PAX East, we were the group. At Retropalooza, we were the group. Like, we were the people. Like, we weren't going out and searching for others. People were coming to us. Like, it was awesome.
Yeah, even C&D found you guys, right? You know?
Yeah, even C&D. Like, you see when his live stream, when he was like, whatever group you guys got, I want in on that. It's like, dude, N10's like, we're making moves, bro. But like, it's just really cool. It's really humbling to see how like far we've come, and like we're meeting our like favorite content creators, and they're like even knowing who it is. I think it's not even about just like seeing these things like, oh, I went on the group, or like, oh, you know, knowing, like, it's just the fact that he was like, it's the N10. It's like, no freaking way. He just didn't know who we were. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, just the fact that they knew the N10. Like, oh, it's N10.
Did he really say that? That's so cool.
That's cool. Yeah, I don't even think it was just. It's not even just him. Like, what other content creators? We have a couple other content creators that were like N10. Like a ball gamer.
You can't forget Otteron.
No,
Otteron.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, it's really awesome to hear like, oh, N10. It's like, it's awesome feeling. But yeah, no, we're trying to like just keep climbing, be even bigger at these events, and you know, just keep networking and stuff. We've met a lot of awesome friends along the way. I got to shout out to
100%.
FTI and
Oh yeah, FTI.
FTI community is awesome. The Sandstorm community is great. Those
Yeah.
are like kind of our new friends, and I definitely love to
It,
have
it
them. You know,
I just need to mention that, like, how great that is, because I'm associated with you guys, right? Like, I think people know that we're connected, we're friends, you know,
Yeah.
collab with some people. So like the community drips into mine, and like it's what helps me, you know, and then it helps motivate. I'm like, damn, this is not a group. This is a community. It is a real community, which
That
I
is
think
so
is
that's the
cool,
point
and
of like that's the
it's
whole
yeah.
goal.
And I was
always
like,
hard to shit
you
on.
guys are actually doing like your goal, and I think now I think this year for you and where you guys are at with content, I think this is the final stretch or whatever they call it, the final mile. Like this is where you got to just start. What is the word? It starts with an F.
Fuck.
We'll start with that.
Yeah,
We almost
you know,
thought that.
like that little finesse on the aspect. You need just put that finesse, put that final touch on the business aspect, and literally everything will skyrocket from that. Like this is the final mile.
Hey, he's right.
Yes.
That-
Like
Not like
y'all got the
business.
charisma, right? The group, the keys, good looks. You got the, you know, the statistical art. You got everybody. You got the, bro. It's literally now. I feel like is finally the year where everything's like solidified. I guess.
Mhm. I hope we can prove you right too, dude. It'd be awesome,
hopefully,
right?
man.
I hope we don't prove you wrong.
I just want to say it's like my favorite episode of the podcast right now.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
No, I've been so
I've been loving
excited
it.
for. We've been planning to make a podcast episode on content creating, so I've been stoked for this. Like,
Oh yeah.
I was
All
hoping
right.
I was gonna miss this one.
I
Content
feel like
forever.
we've
We can
gone
talk about.
over an hour, but I want to keep talking.
He's
honestly.
right. We can do one more little thing if that's what you guys want to do. I'm down to do that.
Yep.
And we got
But to wrap it up, though, this weekend are some big releases. I mean, Kirby being the A-list
Kirby.
release, bro.
I feel like we're all going to be playing the hell out of that one.
I'm excited.
And
for it.
then 3 weeks later, we have the Skywalker Saga coming
Yeah,
out as
yeah.
well.
Dude, oh man,
Yeah, I got to play that.
I'm excited.
I'm screwed this weekend because I'm buying 2 A-lister games, Ghostwire Tokyo, and then
Yeah,
literally,
Ghostwire, right.
literally waking up and picking up Kirby, and I'm like,
dude,
How am I
you
gonna
should
survive
stream
my
Ghostwire. I really want to see.
I'm doing it Thursday night. It's happening. Like tomorrow,
sweet.
I've
Hell
got
yeah.
it
That's
preloaded.
awesome.
It's happening tomorrow night.
Awesome.
I-
I really
I-
want to see that game.
Yeah, yeah. I'm really excited to play it.
I feel bad. It's like people are. I think because everybody knows who the creator is of that game.
Yeah.
People are trying to be really nice about it, but I'm hearing like people are like, it's
Mhm.
okay.
I've heard lots of mixed reviews. I'm definitely
Yeah.
excited to kind of just like take it for my own. Like definitely like because the things that I read that like I read a bunch of reviews and the things people complained about most was like I don't really care. I like someone was like
Yeah.
it's not a great open world. I'm like it's open world. I thought it
Yeah.
I thought it was a linear story game. I was so
Ooh,
I'm excited.
actually, I have a good topic actually that can kind of lead
Go
us
for
real
it.
quick. Because branching off that, what I do say is that if the game has flaws, I don't care. Like whatever there's problems with the games, but as long as that creator put their heart and soul into that game and made like actually tried their best to make a quality game, like it's awesome. Because I'm noticing a new culture in gaming that I'm getting really excited about is that people are hating on the microtransactions. They're hating on the BS like stuff that they're adding in games. You saw what happened with Gran Turismo. How do you pronounce it? Gran Turismo or something like that?
Yeah.
That car game. Apparently, it's getting dragged through the mud because you can't play it unless it's connected to online. There's microtransactions. People are giving it the worst score ever. The Battlefield. Man, I'm sorry, I'm butchering these titles.
Oh, yeah.
The new Battlefield game's getting dragged through the mud. Overwatch 2 is getting dragged through the mud. Like all
Halo
these
was getting
games.
shit on,
Oh,
too.
Overwatch
Halo,
always would, yeah.
All these games that are practicing, like, that hopped on that Overwatch trend and that Fortnite trend back in the day are getting dragged through the mud, and I'm happy to see it. Now, of course, there's games like Apex Legends that hopped on that Fortnite trend and are doing amazing, but that's because they were making a quality game and were like doing really well with it and like and putting a lot of love and care into it.
Actually, all
But,
like
like,
I think 2
all
years
of
worth
these-
of content for Apex just got leaked last night.
A what?
All of,
Wait, what happened? What about
2
Apex?
years 2 years worth of content for Apex got leaked last night.
Oh, dang.
Like characters for the next 2 years, maps, guns, like the whole.
Oh, that
fortress.
sucks.
You're kidding
That's
me.
the part about
Wow.
fun.
Yeah.
and
But
all
yeah,
of
no,
this
like-
is said with the purpose of saying that Peppa Pig got an 8.8 in Metacritic.
Oh, let's go. Hell yeah.
But like games, I don't know. I'm just seeing that like those games that I was getting super pissed off at because I was buying these $60 games that were like I realized they were half finished when I boot up the game. I'm like, there's no way. Like,
Yeah.
you know, and everyone's getting tired of it. Seems like lots of players are just sick of it. They want. And then you're seeing the success of Horizon Forbidden West, Pokemon Legends,
Elden Ring.
Elden Ring is huge because people are saying there's glitches and the balancing's a little off, but people are noticing this is a finished game.
Yeah.
Lots of love and care put into it. It's finished. There's no BS with microtransactions, none of that. So like I'm so happy and excited for all of this. Like I want,
It's like a new era almost for gaming. Yeah.
Yeah, because before people would release unfinished games with microtransactions and season passes and all that, and people would hop right on it. And I'm like, dude, nothing's gonna change. Like everybody keeps buying these garbage games, so it's awesome to see that. Like,
You guys remember games like Fall Guys and Ninjala? Do you remember those?
Aren't those
who?
considered indie titles or not?
No, I don't think so. I think there's. I know. I'm pretty sure not Ninjala has a studio behind it, and so does Fall Guys.
I mean,
Fall
Ninjala
Guys,
got all
yeah.
those collabs with different animes and stuff recently, so obviously.
Yeah, Demon Slayer and JJK, but you literally have to spend $300 in order to get everything. So
Seriously?
Yeah.
yeah, that's what it's been getting a lot of criticism for that. Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of companies have been getting greedy with those. Yep.
Also, a really interesting thing, probably the cool thing to wrap it off with. But last weekend, Jujutsu Kaisen opened in the theaters. Jujutsu Kaisen 0, the anime movie. An anime movie, by the way, mind you. And it was second in the box office. An anime movie competed with The Batman. What year are we
That's
living
insane,
in?
dude.
What year are we living in, man?
I
And-
dreamed of that
2022,
when I
baby.
first got
Honestly,
into anime.
and remember too, we're getting Sonic the Hedgehog 2 in a matter of weeks. A video game movie
So excited for
that's
that.
getting
Yeah.
huge amounts of like coverage and support. Right, what
Get that
era are we in?
controller.
Oh, that controller's disgusting. Don't get me started.
It looks so nasty.
That Sonic Xbox is weird. The Xbox is cool looking. The controllers are like, what?
Look like Cheeto fingers, and that controller must be great.
Oh, Litz, he's talking about you.
Oh, I wasn't gonna say that. No, I wasn't gonna- no. Dude.
But I think we should wrap it up right now.
I think that's good.
Yeah.
Take us home, Cisco.
Thank you guys for watching. Shout out to Roxx. Go follow this man.
Go support Roxx on
He makes
everything.
good content. Don't listen to what he said at the beginning of the podcast. He makes
best
great content. Go follow him. He
Such
uploaded
sexy
not too long
content,
ago. It wasn't too long ago since he uploaded. Wasn't it like last
He
week?
had
No,
that
week
grind
before.
month thing, dude. He can do
He's
it
gonna,
again.
he's gonna do a
Watch it.
grind month again.
Yes,
Grind cheer, baby.
The Cisco
Grind
corpse.
year.
No, and I also have to upload. I haven't uploaded in a minute, but I'm on a huge like adrenaline rush right now to make content. So I'll probably right after this I'm gonna make some.
Yeah, like the Retropalooza video.
Yeah.
Ah,
How about
hey,
that?
hey, Cisco here.
Yikes,
Oh.
yikes, dude. Hold on.
All right.
Who said
all right,
that?
yeah. Enough clowning. Enough clowning.
I don't speak
Okay,
Spanish.
anyway.
No speak Spanish. But anyways, back on topic. Sorry, I got a little goofy. But yeah, anyways, shout out to Roxx. Go follow this man. Super awesome guy. And everyone here, like, go watch our content. We're all on this whole like grind, and and also comment down below. Listen, if you guys have questions about YouTube and the grind and all that, just shoot us a message or comment down below. We love to talk about this.
They
As you
won't
can see-
answer. They're too busy.
No,
They're
we're not
big
too busy.
now. They're big.
Dude,
now.
No,
They won't answer.
hey,
Shut
spots.
up, Roxx.
Not true. We'll answer
It's
your
not my
comments,
fault. I don't
please,
get
please.
notified of these comments on the N10 channel. That's why I was missing. No, but we can talk about this all day, as you guys can see. So definitely comment down below, ask us questions or anything. We're all about making that content. So
Yep.
And with that being said,
Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening.
thanks
for
for
watching.
Check us out,
See you
guys.
guys
Have a
next
good
one.
one.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.
Damn, Roxx is pretty hot, dude. I'm not gonna lie.
No.